there. Then clean that up. All right, cool. Got that. That up. And set up the live chat. Good gravy. There we go. Yo, Meister's the first one. Long time no see. Yeah, I know. I've been freaking crazy busy with my work this week. Like, I've come home and I've just passed out. Like, it's been a wild week. It's been a very, very crazy week. But, you know, still doing what I can. Things are gonna pick up next week, but it's been a really, really wild week. But yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Not gonna spoil anything. This is just pretty much filler. I mean, I'm pretty hyped for it. I mean, it's a given they're going to show off like the new Helios and Hyperion. It's going to be cool just seeing how, how they are. So this is like, I'm definitely expecting it to be kind of a filler episode. And then after this, I really feel like things are going to pick up big time. But anyways, guys, got enough people in here. How you guys doing? Let's see here. Halloween's tomorrow. I'm excited. Nice. Yeah, Halloween is tomorrow. I mean, I'll be working and such. I mean, I work the beginning part of the day, and then I'll just be probably chilling out after, But yeah. It's been a while. What's up? Just been working a ton. It's been, yeah, really, really busy. Enough said. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Episode number 32. Obviously, they're gonna show off the new Helios and Hyperion. They're probably gonna have a new intro too, just because like the new Helios and Hyperion are a thing now, and they gotta make a new one because the Legend Festival's over. So, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see. And also, if you've seen it, please don't spoil. I want to read your guys' comments and such. But yeah. Let's see, you can get the new set on Everwish. Oh yeah, Everwish is a really, really good site to, to get bays off of. It's the legit stuff. Like it's the authentic bays and everything. And they're really good price. You just got to be patient, and you won't get it like right away with the shipping. But Everwish is nice. Yo, they did switch it up. Okay, it's Hikaru and Hyuga, both just launching in. Oh man, Helios, Volcano, and Hyperion burn. And they like eclipse one another. And just bursting a lot of the other legendary bays. Honestly, at this point, it's a given they're going to start beating some of these legends, But let's see this intro. They got new launchers too, right? And Lane's crazy freaking flare. Did they make it grow even more in the intro? It's sick. Helios and Hyperion. And they're both hitting one another. Okay, and there's Lucifer. Okay, so they kept that part the same. Ooh. Yo, Vault! Yo, Shoe! It looked like he got enveloped with the shadows. Yo, Vault, Shu, Hikaru, Hyuga, and Lane all standing around all around the stadium. All right, that's a sick intro. Okay. So they're outside of the gym. And they're all just walking in. It's Rika, Chuck, and Gun. The lights are off. Rika's like, whoa. So somebody's in the room. They all look in. And they see Hyuga and Hikaru. They both have their bays. They're both passed out. I don't think they were they there when they made their bays? Honestly, can't remember. I know they made them last episode, but I can't remember if they were like in the room when they did. They're all so excited. They're like, yeah, let's sneak up on them. Rika banged two pans together, and they're both awake. Yuga's getting up. They drew on their faces. Okay, I see. They did the usual, like, sleeping friend, I'm gonna draw on your face prank to them. That's great. I love how they tie in, like, a little bit of humor and such with some of the episodes. And we need it because I feel like it's about to get really, really dark. It's going to start getting crazy. And Rika's just taking pictures of them both with the marker on their face. They're just like, what the heck? And now streamers, okay. Probably just celebrating they got their base, completed. They're like, oh, thank you. Oh, of course. Oh, man, and Vault and Drum just walk in. All right. Yo, that's sick. Drum and Vault both want to battle the new base. They're like, you got your base completed, didn't you? All right, let's do some battles. I'm curious to see just how strong Helios and Hyperion are. Like, their gimmicks are cool. Obviously, I think Helios' gimmick is when it loses 2 clicks, it goes from the 5-blade mode to the 10-blade mode. And then Hyperion kind of has the gimmick of Dragon, except it's in the middle of battle, where the wings stick out and it gets more attack, which is really cool. I'll talk about those more after. Chuck's all hyped up. He was like, this is going to be an awesome battle. Because they get to see, like, drum battle. And Hikaru just grabbed Dragon and looked at it. Alright, it's battle time, man. It's Drum versus Hikaru. Tempest Dragon versus Helios Volcano. 3, 2, what? Yo, what? Yo, the flare's coming off here right from the gate. Okay, that's sick. That is sick. I think his launch style switched too. And yo, his flare right away. Heliosa! Vault's like the flare. Like how Lane's flare was when he lost. Vault noticed it right away, man. Oh, big hit. Ooh! Helios just sent Dragon back. If it is that heavy and that powerful in real life, that'll be impressive. Because Tempest Dragon's no pushover. Dragon! Uh-oh. Now Drum's getting serious. Gotcha Claw! Yo, the power. And they lost 2 clicks. You said something volcano. Somebody can tell me the name of it. Yo, the power coming off of it. We got the KO on Dragon. Vault saw it. He's like, when it lost 2 clicks, it switched modes. So it can shift in the middle of battle. It's sick. Limit Break Volcano. That's sick, dude. That's so sick. Limit Break Volcano. That's a sick name. Imagine that when it becomes like an ultimate move. Alright, so they're still doing some battles over there. That being Drum and Hikaru. And now Hyuga. Hyperion Burn. He's like, Hyperion Burn. I wonder what kind of bay it is. This is going to be good, dude. Come on, Hyuga. 3, 2. Also the flare. 1. Go. Shoot. They kind of have the same launch, but it's like a little bit different because of the flare, and I think the moons are a little bit different. The flare coming off of Hyuga. Vault's like that flare. Yo, he's pushing Valkyrie back. Hyperion's pushing Valkyrie back, dude. It lost a click. Limit Break and Burn. Okay. And survived that attack from Valkyrie. Vault shook. But then he saw when it lost 2 clicks, those attack points went out. So as it battles, it gains more attack. That's so sick, man. Yo, it just sent Valkyrie into the wall. Rantaro's like, he just sent back Valkyrie so easily. Oh, here we go, Vault. Valkyrie! Hyperion! Who's got it? They both went in the air. Yo! And they both caught him in midair. Vault caught Valkyrie first. That's a good way of doing it. So it's not like making Vault look weak or anything, because Vault's not weak, you know. It might be a tie. Vault caught Valkyrie first, so I think because of that, Hyuga technically won it. And they're just showing like a montage of battles between all of them. Rantaro's just looking and smiling. He's getting hyped up. Oh man, is he? Oh, he's stepping in for some battles. All right. Just crazy back and forth. They're starting to get the power of true legends. You know, it's like the Legend Festival made it where they were getting their flares up to that point, but not like mastering it. But now having Helios Volcano and Hyperion Burn, you know. Oh, we're underground. It's Lane. Mr. I won the Legend Festival himself. Who is? Oh no, that is not. It's Shu. They're doing it already? Wait, no, you're not throwing that. You're not throwing that in there randomly like that. Okay, we're just gonna have a heartfelt episode, and then they pulled like kind of the card they did with Fi and Shu, you know, when it was like just good vibes and stuff. I think it was like Iga and LeBron training or something. Or somebody, like I can't remember exactly. But then they just slipped in like Fi and Shu having their stare down, and then next episode they battle. So they just pulled that. I'm getting season 3 vibes with how they did that. They're all exhausted. They're like, I think we battled enough for today. Yeah, I'm tired. they're all exhausted. Hyuga, Hikaru, Drum, Vault sat up. And he looked over and just smiled because Hyuga said something in his sleep. Now Vault's outside he's looking at the ocean. Well, he's looking at the sun. It's like Hyperion, Helios, Lucifer. He's like their flare, the flare of the base of this new generation. And he's remembering when he talked to Shu, when he was talking about Lane's flare. So it doesn't feel okay. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Vault's just thinking of the flares of both Hyuga and Hikaru, saying they really are something else and they're powerful bladers and they're going to get stronger. Now Rantaro's walking out. Even just those two talking, man, you get season 1 vibes. They're tying everything together. Come on. TT, you got to bring it home at the end of this because they tied so much together. They're both just looking out and laughing and, you know, talking. Just to kind of feel good and, you know. And Vault and Rantaro both yelling out to the sun. Who else yelled? Oh, it's Ranjiro. Oh, he's like, dude, something big's happening. Because he knows about the battle. He's like, my flare has been perfected now. I told you, didn't I? That when it reaches peak, that I would come after you. Yeah, you did. But not going down easily. And it ends with that, dude. Shu's flare. Shu versus Lane's the next episode, dude. Yo, that hits. And Vault's there. He's watching. Oh, I got an opinion about that. Dude, did he just do the freaking roller move that Dread Bahamut did? It's called World Spriggan. All right, I already got my thoughts about it. Let's just see what TT has to show off. I'm guessing Hyperion Burn and Helios Volcano. Yep, showing out the set. Comes out like I think mid-November. I think something like that, like second week November or something. Infinite Break System, is that what it's called? Somebody can let me know like the technical name. So when it loses clicks, so it showed with the battle. So Hyperion, when Hyperion loses clicks, the wings will stick out further and then give it more attack. So it can really go in for that big time, that big time hit. Oh, there's a new outro too! Hikaru and Hyuga, they're both running. Oh, wait, whoa, they showed all the legends next to one another. Dude, they're doing a God Bladers Cup 1v1 setup. Come on, man. We need that. That's what we need for this season. Like, just full out, like, 1v1s where everybody's showing their max power. Because I felt like a lot of Bladers, they showed a good amount of their power, but not full power during the Legend Festival. And then Lane. Yo, just fire everywhere. Limit break system. Okay. So limit break system. And then Lane looking over at them. And they're both stepping up to face him. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's okay. There's nobody. Alright, so. First of all, thoughts on it. Well, a lot of different things got to talk about. That's alright. You guys can see my puppo too. This is Jebby. Sure you guys have probably seen her in like some videos and stuff. But so first of all, that intro and the outro both are really, really sick. And seeing all the legends in that outro all lined up on a stage definitely feels of like a God Bladers Cup type of thing at the end of the season. If not the very end of the season, then towards the end of the season. Just how they had that set up, you know? And even the way they've set up all these legends. They made them all credible and all very, very strong. That's one thing I really loved about the Legend Festival is that they didn't have to go into the crazy in-depth battles just yet. And they showed just how strong all of them. Even like Rantaro looked really, really good during the Legend Festival. You know, Rantaro and Cisco, even though they got like the lowest places in my opinion, they still looked really, really strong with it, you know? Puppy's cute. Yeah, Jeffy, she's adorable. She's a sweet little thing, you know? But yeah, it's like we definitely got to get that God Bladers Cup type of build up, you know, because like they saved a lot of the Bladers and made them look, well, you know, obviously really strong. We haven't seen the limit of their powers, you know. The only two I feel like we saw even like remotely the limit of their powers are honestly Rantaro and Cisco, like, you know, because they got kind of the lowest places. But still, that's not saying they're not strong. There's just so many strong Bladers in this season, you know. And it's like we got to see those in-depth 1v1s. Can't wait for 100K. Man, I'm just like, I reach that, I'm gonna flip out. I'm just saying, I've always said that, but you know, but for sure, got to see that God Bladers Cup build up, and all those 1v1s, and also just intro and outro, so sick. They're focusing more on like the rivalry with Hikaru and Hyuga with Lane, just because like Lane obviously broke both of their bays, you know, just to build up for that, like the protagonist antagonist feels with it. The way they built this up, I guess, I think it's a little bit of maybe a given what's going to happen with the next episode. But before getting into that, my thoughts on Hyperion Burn and Helios Volcano. Pretty much, they have really, really sick gimmicks. I mean, the gimmick of like, you know, Helios having the first, the, you know, 5-blade mode, to switch to the 10-blade mode with King Helios, you know, and then Hyperion just having the full-out attack and the Exceed. Like, let me see your VA now. Nah, that was just a troll. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're focused on some good vibes. But Helios having it where it has the 5 blades at first, and then when it loses 2 clicks, getting like the 10 blade mode, but it fills in all those gaps, like kind of the Dread Bahamut, Arc Bahamut kind of gimmick with it, so it becomes more defensive as it battles, which I think that's really, really cool. So it has that little bit more defense towards the end, and if it has the weight and such that it needs, especially with the addition with its zone driver, I definitely see it being pretty good. I'm hoping that it's going to be kind of like in a way, kind of like Extend Plus. That way it has some pretty good LAD with it, you know, because that's what Helios really needs. Yeah, Hyperion, definitely hype for it because it's just full out loving attack types. Having it where it loses 2 clicks and then it gets the points that stick out on it, like the Tempest Dragon kind of gimmick with it, that's so sick, man. It has that much more attack with it as it battles. So you just hard launch it, gets more attack in the middle of the battle and can get that burst on the opponent. So awesome, man. So it's going to be that point where they're going to start facing off against the Legends and beating them. It's probably going to be like, honestly, like if they have a God Bladers Cup type of tournament. They build it up like how they did with Vault. You know, like how Vault was during God. Like he was kind of the big time underdog for it. And then especially when Valkyrie's reboot got broken, you know, but then he came back and he ended up winning it. Probably some setup like that, you know, just being the full-out underdogs, because they both did good during the Legend Festival, but, you know, still at this point, kind of being the underdogs and really having to show their power big time compared to the other Legends. So, you know, but they're going to be forced to, obviously, over time. I'm hoping with, like, the new Helios and Hyperion, it's that, like, I could see like the gimmick working big time if say the first 2 clicks on both of them aren't the strongest. You know what I mean? So they're not the absolute strongest. They're decent, but they're not the strongest, so they lose those clicks. But then it's the last 2 that are like crazy strong brick teeth. Like we're talking like what, like Spriggan or Valkyrie or such, like those teeth level. You know, like really, really powerful teeth where you're not going to burst that easily. And that being where both their gimmicks kick in, because in that case, Helios will have more defense and it won't burst as easily, and then Hyperion will have more attack, and then it can take that recoil more. So imagine the first 2 teeth on them being not that crazy, but then the 2 after being the really strong teeth, that really helps them out. So it shows out their gimmick, but also their really powerful base. So yeah, let's see here. Remember, it also has dash drivers. Yeah, the dash drivers too. For sure, it's going to help out. Let's see here. Do you think you can make a combo for Hydra that resembles your 3D printed Hydra? Make sure the clicks are good. I already have done that, believe it or not. I showed it off in the unboxing for the 3D printed parts. But yeah, I did make it a combo that's like it. But it's like GT, you know, well, it's a GT Bay. But now with the upgrade to it, it's above a GT Bay. It's a beast, honestly. So yeah. Limit Break DX set will be over 9,000. Oh, power-wise, yeah. Also, money-wise, hopefully not too much, but probably because it's a set with the stadium and stuff and TT, you know. But next episode, it's happening already. Next episode, we knew that it was a battle they were hyping up big time, but it's not just a battle that's coming soon. It's coming next episode. Like I wasn't expecting it to come until maybe like episode like maybe 35. But we're getting it next episode, and that's being like 33. So even sooner than I expected, which that's wild. But that being Lane versus Shu, the battle that they've hyped up. Lane's flare being basically at its almost near ultimate level, at least for this Lucifer, and taking on Shu. But this is also the first full battle we're seeing from Shu with his World Spriggan in this series. Yes, we saw him come in with Vol and just do a little like side battle, because that was obviously like, you know, the hype up Spriggan, Shu's Spriggan. We seen Shu, we knew Spriggan was coming. That way we get to see Spriggan in the show for a little bit, hold us over, and also give us a little bit of feels of nostalgia because Vault and Shu battling like the first season, because they're just tying everything together with this. But this is going to be the full out first full battle we see with it. I can't see Shu losing, because it's his first full-out battle, and they're not going to have it where Spriggan is bursting with its first full-out battle. It's like how I'm thinking, or how I thought with like the theory video, honestly, at this point. Lane and Shu battling. Lucifer might break from Spriggan. I don't think he's going to break it. I don't think that he's going to break, but yeah. You know. Let's see. It's VK just one. I don't know if it's really. If it is, then email me. Besides that, I'm not paying attention to any of that. Um, but there's no way Shu's losing. There's no way that he's gonna. I can't see him losing this battle. He'll probably be the one to burst uh, Lucifer and beat Lane. And then that's where we start seeing Lane start to snap because he loses with Lucifer after getting this crazy powerful flare, and then he loses to Shu. After all of that, it'll make him definitely snap because we saw him start to crack a little bit with the battle with Vault. Like, we see Lane lose. That would be the setup for, like, the Bane that's kind of rumored for the end of this month. There's obviously the silhouette and such for it. It's rumored to be the new Lucifer, and I would not doubt that one bit, honestly. Makes me really nervous because it's going to be an absolute beast. It's not confirmed, but you definitely see Lane going down the road of, oh, I just lost a Shu. And Lane at this point has never lost. He's never lost a battle. Like, full out power wise or anything. He hasn't. But he also doesn't face Shu. And now he's facing Shu. It's literally pupil versus mentor. And the mentors, I definitely feel is going to win. They're not going to have World Spriggan lose, especially since they just switched up like the intro and outro and everything. And now really showing off Shu a lot with this season. Because it was a given, like after Legend Festival, that Shu would be included more. And they're getting right to it, man. It's crazy. So I definitely see Shu coming out the winner. Lane's going to put up a really good fight. It's going to be really intense. But I see Shu winning. And then after that, Lane getting really upset because he lost and he sees that he doesn't have like the ultimate power like he really wants, and then he just goes bonkers, which I just feel like it would be a wasted opportunity if they don't bring back like some of the past evils, like Ashton or Theodore or Evel or Arthur, because of how much they built them up, the cliffhangers they left with them, and also the way that the show's going now. Like, imagine Lane just getting really upset and then he looks for more power. Who else would look forward to more power than going into like the pyramid in Mexico, where Ashton's been sitting the entire time since season 2, maybe cooking up another plan, and then he goes back to him, and then that alone would be some crazy, crazy plot development if he did. And then that's how we get like the new Lucifer, the same project that Shu went under when he was Red-Eyed to get Spriggan Requiem, except it's on a crazier scale, an ultimate scale, and at this point nobody will be able to keep up with it, whether you're a legend or you've got like this new infinite break system. It won't matter, because an ultimate Lucifer would be crazy, man, considering how much he's like knocking back like he's knocking back these legends by himself with the barrier, like with the wall even, and then bursting Valkyrie obviously when the wall was gone with Variant Disaster. But yeah, I was not aware that Hyperion and Helios were smashed. Yeah, they got broken. Let's see here. Can you use this combo? World Diabolos Zone 2D. You think it's a good spin stealing left to right spin for left and right spinning base? Maybe. I mean, I'm not doing really like a ton of customs right now. Just just working on some like anime battles and such, and obviously the random booster. Waiting for that, because Achilles has got to join the fray of things. So yeah, what if the next evolution for Lucifer is actually the next Uranus? That'll be crazy. That'll be really, really crazy. Because it would show like how they both tie together. Like Uranus evolving into Lucifer, then evolving it back to Uranus, which is a stronger one. But honestly, Lucifer sounds a lot more evil than Uranus. So let me see. To be honest, Arthur was probably the worst antagonist because he wasn't very memorable. Let's see here. Oh, Dragoverse. Okay. You're gonna be hateful. Cool. Yay. Makes me so happy seeing that. Alright. But yeah, it's whatever. Let's see. But you think, let's see. Was the worst antagonist because he wasn't very memorable. Also, he lost to Amane of all people. He was kind of memorable and he was honestly credible. But I like how they hyped up Amane because it shows how strong of a blader he is. Along with victories, of course. But also, Arthur on the list of liked characters was at the very, very bottom. Like for the favorite characters list. So like literally everybody in Japan hates them, and you want to make like your evil look more credible and such, and you really want to. That's the key. Like TT wants us to absolutely hate the evils. You know, imagine they make it where Lane does go bonkers and he starts breaking the base of our favorite characters, like nobody being safe, and like Arthur joining the fray because literally he's one of the most hated characters. You know, you get him back in it, you automatically will make it where he's hated that much more. So yeah, let's see here. Evil and Iga never really talked or made up. He straight up called him weak and idiot. I think he could come back. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, so like I said, all these evils, like this would be the perfect way to end it. If like, because it really feels like it's the last season. Honestly, I know people don't want to hear that, but just storytelling wise, there's so much like tying up of knots and such, and homage that they're paying with this. You know, like the Godbladers Cup Arena, going to Iga's home, going to BC Seoul, the Bays parts, you know, like nothing on Fafnir, destroy on Longinus, etc., you know, unite on Spriggan, you know, just so many different things that they're paying homage to with it throughout all a burst. And I think some things that are missing, obviously, being like going back to some sites, like imagine like the Hell facility, we go back through there, or we go through, you know, we see the Snake Pit again, or we see Dead Grand again. Those are things I'd really love to see. That would be like a full out, like, paying homage to every season, for sure. So, yeah, let's see here. If you met the executive producers from the series, what questions do you like to ask them if they're releasing a season 6 or about the previous season? Probably ideas about the previous season, because if you ask about like future seasons, if there is future seasons, then they probably wouldn't answer or anything, you know, just keep it confidential. So, you know, or even just ideas for what's going on like with the current season, probably what I do, you know. So, yeah, that's probably how I'd go about it, you know. Let's see here. I think we could get some Dark Nebula type action. Theodore and Evel look connected. Oh, for sure, man. That'll be wild. Like, this is how I really hope it turns out, is that these evils all come back, you know, like I said, the cliffhanger with Ashton, aka Theodore, was crazy. There was such a cliffhanger with him. It wasn't like, okay, the Godblader Cup's over, he's arrested, he's gone, we're never going to see him again. It ended with him saying, you and Vault win this time. And then during the middle of it, before the Godbladers Cup even began, like, when Free left from the Bulls and went back to BC Seoul, he's like, I'm not quite finished with you yet. But Free didn't face anybody from the Snake Pit really during the Godbladers Cup. So what would that, like, you know, that wouldn't make any sense unless it was crazy foreshadowing, and then he's like, he comes back now and he's like, I told you. So imagine like he's the one behind Lane. He put him through some new Requiem project because he learned after everything happened with Shu. And then that's where Lane got Uranus from the get-go, and then his flare just kept growing, and then he made Lucifer, and then now he loses with Lucifer, and imagine he goes back and it ends up being the Snake Pit or Ashton or Theodore that made it, and he goes through a crazy Requiem project. Like, imagine just call it the Lucifer Project, you know, even that name itself sounds diabolical. And you gotta remember, Lane beat Free. Whether it was like he broke Fafnir, it's gonna be, time's gonna tell with that. But you know, like, he beat him, regardless. And it seemed like it was a break. That could have been the I'm not finished with you yet part that Theodore was talking about, or Ashton, you know, being that, if he is the one behind Lane. So that would tie that together. And then you and Vault win this time. If he comes back now and it's Lane that he did create, like he did create Lane just beat Vault. So he would have gotten his payback against Vault. But then now wanted to do so on a crazier scale. And imagine it's not only like Ashton or Theodore, but it's also Evel, and it's also Arthur. And they all join their minds together and make one entity. That's the ultimate evil you need to face off against all these legends. Like, literally they could do it like how they did with the Snake Pit. Like, it's just a foundation or a group that's in the background, kind of, and then just making these strong bladers, and then they insert them with this next Godbladers Cup type thing. You know what I mean? Like how they had Norman in the Godbladers Cup, how they had Boa in the Godbladers Cup, how they had Red Eye Shu in the Godbladers Cup, something like that, except with some of these new bladers or such, or these bladers that are coming back. And have them being on crazy destructive levels, all of them. Like literally you lose to them, your bay gets broken, and then it just gets to that point where it's just wild. And then imagine they face off against one another, and it's just like, you know, how it was with the snake pit, because everybody competed in the snake pit. We saw that with Red Eye Shu facing off against Norman. He literally broke Norman's bay in half, and they were both members of the snake pit. It's like, it's literally survival of the fittest with it. You know, the strong move on, the weak are just done. And that's how the mentality always was for the snake pit. So if they make a group like this again, it'll definitely be that way. And they just put in a few characters from it, and then we get to that point where some of them face off, their bays get broken or annihilated, and it's just wild. But yeah, I mean, that's how I'd put in some storytelling and such, because just they felt like too much of cliffhangers with all the characters, especially like Ashton and Theodore, him riding off in a limo instead of being arrested. They could have just had him arrested or something. And then also same thing for like Eval, he just kind of vanished after Dead Phoenix got made, and we literally didn't see him after that. After we made it, like it was just peace out. Like what the heck kind of resolution is that? And then Arthur, like how Gwyn turned good at the end of GT. Arthur didn't turn good. It didn't seem like he turned good. He just fell down like he was upset because they lost. But then like, I'm gonna get payback. So yeah, you know. Doo-doo. Yeah, gonna bite that in the butt. Just knowing people troll. I don't get it. But yeah, let's see. Lane will end up like 5. What do you mean? Like turning good and being a good character? I mean, at the end of it, I wouldn't mind it because like, kind of want to like Lane, but also it's a given they're setting him up as the ultimate evil. So, yeah. Let's see here. I know we get more than 51 episodes since that's every season's number of episodes, but I want more than 51. I would hope for more than 50. I'd be happy if they did more than 51 for this, if they're going to like extend the story. But time's going to tell, you know. I mean, I'll probably go to like 52 since they're like 11-minute slots for all of them. That way it's like 26 minutes because, you know, airing on TV and such, and they got to show it through Cartoon Network and stuff. But yeah, there's more than 52. I wouldn't even be against it because just how crazy things are. Let's see. Hey Kimbo, Shu explains how flares work, and the good part after that is Vault says he wants to achieve flare. Yeah, so it seems like Shu knows how flare works, and obviously the two new protagonists and the antagonists, obviously being Lane and then Hikaru and Hyuga, have their own flares, and it doesn't seem like any of the legends have that crazy level of flare. Like it seems like kind of Louis and Free have figured it out. Well, like all legends have kind of figured it out, but not that extreme level, you know, where there's a crazy flare. But yeah. Imagine if Lucifer broke itself in the next episode. So what are your reactions or thoughts? Honestly, that would... Thinking about it, that wouldn't be too far-fetched. Just because, like, how Lane is, like, he broke so many launchers. And imagine, like, he has so much power or flare that Lucifer can't take and Lucifer breaks him. That would be wild. If it is, like, Shu's kind of getting the upper hand on Lane, and then, like, Lucifer can't take that power because Lane's flare's grown that much, and then it just breaks. That would be kind of wild. It would be kind of like, I guess, kind of an homage to season 1 because of how Spriggan broke, you know, in the middle of battle. But yeah, I mean that would be a wild twist if that's how it happens. But I can't see Shu losing this, definitely. But yeah, that's what happened to Aiga's Achilles in season 3. Yeah, that is what happened. And then Fi just pushed it over the limit because he used his full out power, and he's like, yeah, I'm done. And then that just made it where it just broke. Let's see. The drivers that I wish the Karatomi would have made. Extend plus dash. I don't know about that one. That would break the game. No, extend plus metal. Okay. Atomic metal. Would not mind that. Bearing dash. Bullet dash. Let me see. What do you think of these drivers? And can you make a combined Helios and Hyperion? It'll be like super... Well, can't really make a combined one because they're different rotations. But, you know... unless you use like the parts at the bottom for like Hyperion and then like use Helios for the top part or something. I don't know. Yeah, it would be tough to do that. But honestly, all those aren't bad ideas except for like, well, Bearing Dash and Extend Plus Dash we definitely don't need because Extend Plus and Bearing and Atomic are all still very, very good. The furthest I'd go with a Dash driver would be Destroy Dash or Dimension Dash because they both have LAD. And honestly, Destroy Dash is like, oh, it's a crazy one. But yeah. Bearing, Extend, Atomic don't need dash versions. They would completely break the game. Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, if they did like an Atomic Metal or a Bearing Metal, wouldn't be upset, you know. So, yeah. What if Theodore is using lean just to get the shoe? That that's full storytelling right there. Like it would have made perfect sense because if you think about it, the place I've explained it before. Like I'm not just gonna go on like a theory video or anything without like looking back and seeing the full out facts of the show. But Lane showing up, the first place we see him is in New York, where obviously it's known that she was the coach of the Bulls. He shows up in New York, starts whooping everybody in New York. Shu sees his flair and then wants to train him and then wants to kind of teach him a lesson about like true power and everything by having to face off against Free. But then little did they know that Lane was so strong with Uranus that he managed to beat Fafnir and probably break Fafnir. So that was really wild. And then like him getting his crazy flair and his flair growing and be like, I defeated a legend, and then evolving it into Lucifer because his flair just kept growing after everybody he beat. But the fact is, being in New York, of all places he was sent to New York, that's the only place we saw Lane from the very beginning. So Shu could see his power. And then it being even more twisted because Shu trained him, trying to make him better, but he didn't make him. He made him better, but he wanted to make him better as a person and a blader, but he couldn't do that. It actually made him stronger and that much more of a threat, which is crazy. So Shu being the one that takes out Lane and beats him make perfect sense, and then that pushing Lane to make his ultimate Lucifer, and that being the literal like Diablo Nemesis level Bay, where any Bay faces it and they're gonna be sent back and just get whooped. That'd be the crazy build up I'd want to see. So yeah, but also these other characters that they built up so much and haven't put in. Yeah. Let's see here. Dual Uranus and first Uranus, then Diablo Nemesis and variant Lucifer. Yeah, I mean they're both Black Suns. Imagine yielding dash, holy cow. Yielding, I don't know. Yielding has some decent stamina in LAD. I don't think it's anything like really, really crazy. So if they started giving dash drivers to like some defensive tips, like like defense, massive, needle, etc., etc., honestly won't be upset because that would be just like full raw defense, and they don't have crazy stamina or LAD or anything, so it'll just make bays more defensive. I'd love to see that, honestly. Some defense drivers getting dash drivers, some stamina drivers getting dash drivers. The keyword some, like edge or survive. Drivers like those getting dash drivers wouldn't even be upset because they don't have crazy stamina or LAD or anything, just like some decent stamina, but wouldn't break the game completely, because still like Bearing and Atomic and Destroy run the game big time. Also like Volcanic on Perfect Phoenix is pretty wild. But yeah, let's see here. The animation in this season is hit or miss. In some scenes it looks gorgeous, in other scenes it looks cheap, but that's due to the pandemic, so I understand. I mean, we've still gotten some really, really sick cutscenes. Already. Imagine the ones they're gonna have at the end of the season. It's gonna be crazy, dude. Especially when Lane really starts snapping. We see how far this flare goes and how far all of these legends' powers go. It's gonna be crazy, man. Let me see. Fun fact: friction, bearing, yielding, and Mobius are made of palm plastic. A plastic made to have less friction. Yeah. So it's slippery plastic, so they have more stamina and such. That's another part like bearings so good. Also, Mobius too. Against opposite spin. Let's see here. No, we need an exclusive female blader. Oh, for sure. I was hoping we'd get that with Gwen and GT, and I was hoping for the longest time, but then they said Gwen was a boy, and I'm like, oh, TT, you had your chance right here, man. Right here. The perfect build-up and everything for it, and even Gwen's voice, like, come on. Like, the setup was there, and then they were just like, nah. What about Liner Metal? The driver that looks like a wheel? That wouldn't even be a bad one. Definitely. Yeah, Liner Metal, because Liner doesn't have any crazy, like, LED or stamina or anything, so, yeah. I hope after, let's see. I hope after Burst we can get Metal Burst and Metal Saga and Burst are combined. Honestly, it would be cool if they did an Endgame series where they included, like, characters from all the previous series and found one single, like, top format to utilize for all of them, and they just have them all in it. Except it wouldn't be like, oh, they have their memories or anything from before. Maybe they do, or they, like, TT figures out a way to do it. But that would be really sick. And they're all, like, equals in this format, because obviously we got, like, Plastic Gen remakes, which aren't the absolute craziest, and then Metal Fight remakes, which some of them are pretty dang strong, so, But yeah, let's see here. Do you remember the time where Lucifer is taking Hyperion's power? Hyperion was turning into a green version of himself. Is that like a dark version of Hyperion where Lucifer evolved from those powers? If he like, if the reason that his flare has been growing so much be that like he's taken some of the power of everybody he's beaten, that'll be wild. Like it's a kind of dark power, like how El Drago had, and then that leads to him evolving. That would be crazy, dude. Because that would literally mean that Lane would have a piece of all the Bladers he faced before then. And that's literally like a Diablo Nemesis type of build, though. It's not like fully he's taking their power, but a little bit of it and then just using it for his own. Which, yeah, that's basically what Diablo Nemesis did. But, oh, good lord. Why hasn't Free said anything about Lane? He said a few things about Lane, but also they had it where Lane and Free were on complete different sides of the spectrum. They didn't even face off in like the same battle. They just watched each other battle. They didn't have them in the same bracket because they're saving it. That's a big time hyped up battle. And they're doing Shu versus Lane first. But we gotta see Lane versus Free. Like we gotta see that battle. They hyped it up too much. It's the whole reason that Free has his Mirage Fafnir. Let's see. They make Shu too overpowered. I mean, Shu is a legendary blader who's been through a lot. Like he's been through goods as well as evils, and both have made him stronger, and he's learned from them. So, you know, I want to say overpowered, considering like Phoenix did break Spriggan in the third season. So, you know, it's just him getting stronger over time, and even at the end of the season, probably seeing a lot of our favorite characters getting their base broken. I feel like this season's gonna have the record for breaks by the time it's over. Lane's already at what, 4? Yeah, goodness. Well, 3. 3 definitely confirmed. If Fafnir was in fact broken by Uranus, then 4 breaks. But still, he's up there break-wise. What if Lane's being controlled by Lucifer and the only way to break that is using Uranus? I don't know if they build it up that way. You know, if he's being controlled by Lucifer, he's just being controlled and consumed by it. And then somebody's going to have to save him, like how, you know, how they saved Shu, like how Vault saved Shu from himself with Red Eye when Spriggan was controlling him. But, yeah, let's see here. Do you think Gachi GT is as bad as people say? I don't think it was a bad series at all. It still was really intense. We had the breaks and it introduced some very, very powerful characters. I know some people aren't the biggest fans because of all the new characters, like how we had Loaded instead of Louis, how we had Fumia instead of Free. They just didn't want to really put them in and save them for this season, which it makes sense, you know. So they were kind of placeholders with their bays, but honestly not even upset because they both definitely got inspiration from like Louis and Free, vice versa, you know. So yeah, but overall, I really like the story of it, and I just think that it would be really wasted if they don't bring back some of the characters like, well, you know, the main ones that we saw during GT, that being Gwyn and Delta, being 2 of the ones I really feel like they can't skip over, and definitely got to see 5 from Cho Z, because then we get the, you know, we get those, you know, things for sure. Let me see. All right, yeah, thanks, Ruby. Appreciate it, man. Let's see here. We can get a Yu-Gi-Oh type thing. Final battle, make dimensions clash. Yeah, like a dimensional crossover, like an endgame thing. Let's see, read my last comment. What'd you say? I'm trying to read everybody's comments at once. I'm just one person, you know, and also trying to just talk on theory stuff. So, yeah, but I'm pretty much done with ideas and stuff. Maybe Lucifer learns how to absorb powers from Hyperion because he has defeated Fafnir. Fafnir can absorb powers from other bays too. Let's see, that means he absorbed some of the power from Fafnir. In that case, that'll mean he absorbed maybe some of the power from, like, well, obviously the left rotation bays that he's faced, but any bay that he's faced. Like how Phi took the power from Hearts, even though they were the same rotation bay, and then made Dead Phoenix after. Maybe he took a small piece of the bladers he faced before. Or even worse, like, there is a new Lucifer that's coming. If it is that, you know, a new Lucifer. And with this Lucifer, he learns how to do that. So he starts at a base power level, except it's like how crazy his flare was, and then it keeps growing and growing more. And he uses the power of the legends that he defeated in order to grow stronger, make that flare the ultimate flare. And one by one, he takes out legends and breaks their base. So, yeah, let's see here. Shu and Vault are the only ones who broke through the barrier. Let's see. Well, Aiga did too, but then he brought it back. So, yeah. See, what if Lucifer absorbs some of Spriggan's power and then he's using that to make his new Lucifer? Like, he caps it off by taking some of Spriggan's power like he did with other bladers. If he did so with other bladers, that would be wild. Let's see here. Chozi and GT. I already talked about that earlier. Well, Chozi also great story. GT also great story. Just like some characters from them that they need to have return. You know, so it really ties everything together. I could see Lane being the final boss definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. He's just started to snap a little bit. Like the battle with Vault showed it, and then this battle with Shu's probably going to show it even more. But then Shu's going to be the one that beats him, and then after that, Lane just starts to fully snap. Like even worse than like Gwyn did, even worse than Fi did, even worse than Shu did when he was Red Eye. You know, I mean, Iga didn't. He just like, let me see. He just weakened the barrier. Was never gone. Well, I mean, it was gone. It was gone briefly, but then Lucifer just sped up and brought it back. You know, so. Yeah, the Limit Break set looks super cool. It definitely does, man. It looks so sick. Like, I'm really, really hyped about the new Helios and Hyperion. Let's see, Dragon versus Hyperion. Yeah, that. Oh, we didn't get that battle between those two. I don't know. That would be up in the air. I won't be surprised if, like, a lot of, like, these legends, like, you know, start going down to, like, Helios and Hyperion. Now, like, a little bit over time, but, you know, they evolved and their flair's there. And they've grown big time. Gwyn needs to return. Oh, I agree. Vi, Gwyn, and Delta, in my opinion, are the three that definitely have to return. Like, it would be a very, very wasted opportunity if they don't have any of those three return, especially with their development. Vi, like, people be like, oh, is he still evil? Vi's not evil anymore. He talked with Hearts at the end of Chozi and was like, maybe we were wrong about a few things. And then he said, perhaps. So, like, they're having a change of heart. And Delta's obviously a good character now because he helped victories. And then Gwyn also because just Drum helped him, you know, get over like the kind of corrupt aura that was around him. And then he found out what he was looking for with blading and such by battling Drum in the final battle. And it seems like they're all good. It wouldn't be like fully like, oh, hey, like, yeah, like, hi, I'm back. How's it going? You know, just obviously coming in like kind of the cool characters, like how Ryuga helped out like Jenga. And Gang Galaxy during Metal Masters, like kind of that type of thing. They come in and help out and such, but they're still the really, really cool characters. You know, they'll be really sick. That'll be the perfect way to bring back any of them, like Fi, Gwyn, or Delta, because they all have that demeanor. Let's see if the silhouette is Lucifer. It looks like it'll be way more aggressive. I won't be surprised if they think of some gimmick because like Helios and Hyperion have the gimmicks. They think of a gimmick for Lucifer when it loses clicks, that they think of some wild gimmick for it, and it's extremely powerful. You know, they have the same sort of thing, or it's even more wild, but, yeah. Let's see here. Beyblade Burst is the first anime that I watch. It has the 3D CGI real-life look animation that looked mad sick that I've never seen in other animes. To me, it's the next level anime. Oh, man, it's great. I love the style that they have for Beyblade Burst, and especially how it's evolved over time. Like, even the final battle with Lane and Vault, like, the artwork for that. Imagine what they're going to do for the rest of this season when the characters are actually showing off their full-out power. These battles are going to feel crazy intense just because of the editing style, like, you know, the animation style and everything. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Like, imagine these cutscenes or some of these battles that we're going to see. It's going to be wild, man. Have you seen Zanky's new video on Surge and his new Bay? I haven't. I haven't actually. I haven't had a chance to really get on that much because I've just been working a lot. And also anything about like the episode or such, I've been avoiding that. And also like the set also because I really wanted to see like the gimmicks personally with the episode. But yeah, man. Let's see. What if Lane loses and gets mad, then walks over and punches his opponent? He probably won't punch him. He's probably gonna get mad and then just go off and make a new Bay. And imagine he does end up going back to the you know, go back to the snake. That'll be wild. I kind of understand why they won't bring back anyone's fan favorites, because if they try to shove more characters, the plot might be a little convoluted. Also, the episodes are only 10-15 minutes. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm thinking too. So they're just picking out the ones who definitely feel like the most credible. It's not saying other characters aren't strong, because we've seen a lot of strong characters. But my personal opinion is how in the manga they had the 15 bladers who were in the legend rank, like the S tier. They should have at least those characters come back if they're going to build that. If not all of them, like a lot of them. You know, and they've had a lot of them come back, but we also got 3 more months of releases, and TT's not just going to stop right now. We got what might be the new Lucifer coming at the end of November, and then there's everything for December, and they drop a lot in December always because it's December and Christmas and stuff. And also January, they drop a few things. In February, they drop some stuff too. So still got 3 more months of releases, and like I said, it's the dark period, so we don't know exactly who could come back, what they're gonna do, and that's one thing I love about it because we can't fully predict it. And it's like they can bring back whoever. I just think Fi, Gwyn, and Delta are three of the most credible characters to come back with how much they built them up against these characters. It's basically like the protagonists are the only ones that have beaten them. Like Fi only lost to Iga, Gwyn only lost to Drum, and Delta in a 1v1 with Master Diabolos never lost in a 1v. Yeah, he never lost in a 1v1 with Master. Keyword in with Master. And obviously the 2v2 battle, he only lost with a spin finish. It wasn't like a burst or anything. Well, I think he, yeah. Dragon and Diabolos did get bursted by Gwyn in one of the battles. I remember that. And it showed how strong Gwyn was. So, yeah. But like in a 1v1, he never lost, actually, with Master. But still, full credibility for him to come back. And Death and Abyss Diabolos felt too much like placeholders. Like, they're pretty strong bays, but I really wouldn't understand why they'd leave it out. Like, all I gotta do is, like, imagine, like, how do you go from Generate to Fusion or Merge, which you've seen big time. Like, they can easily do, like, Generate Dash and then a new layer for Diabolos, But yeah, and they could even have it would be like, in the, what's the best way of putting it? In the manga, we've seen Delta was in the manga. He did have like Death and Abyss Diabolos in the manga, but he's not in the show. The way they could do it is like in the manga, imagine like Delta faces off against Lane and Diabolos gets broken, but then he comes back with a new Diabolos, and then that way he can come into the show. They just have him show up like regularly in the show out of nowhere, and then he has Diabolos, but then like, that way it would make sense manga wise and it would make sense show wise. So, and also really want to see a new Genesis, also want to see a new Phoenix, and wouldn't be upset seeing a new Apocalypse because the Rumored Bay is an attack type for the next for the next mana booster is an attack type. So that would be perfect for like either Apocalypse, Excalibur, or after that, I don't know, Kukulkan. So yeah, I hasn't been online that much. Yeah, I haven't been on that much. I've been working a ton, and when I've gotten home, I passed out. So yeah, it's been a lot. Let me see. Has a job now. Well, I've had one for years, honestly. I juggle it too. I've always juggled that. So, it takes a lot out of you. But, Anyways, you guys got any more questions, feel free to ask. I'll stay on for a few more minutes and I'll answer, of course. We haven't had an Excalibur since GT. Oh, yeah, for sure. It'll be perfect for, like, Iron Dash or Sword Dash, which I still really hope we get Iron Dash and Sword Dash and Impact Dash because they're all dash drivers that'll be really sick to see. I get they're doing the high drivers, like the high blow dash, like high jaggy dash. It's like they should put in some other dash drivers before that. Like Iron and Sword definitely deserve one. Impact also deserves one. And then maybe like Trick, because Trick, just how much it switches in the middle of battle and how unpredictable it is, making that have a dash driver and actually be able to take those hits will be sick. So, yeah. We need another Amaterios. That would be cool to see. I don't know if they put out like another prize, because I mean, we got like Brave Solomon. I think that's Brave Solomon is the name of the prize bay right now. It would be cool if we got like another Amaterios or Baldor or a Calcum, but I don't know if we will. So, yo, Phoenix! Oh my God, dude! Thank you so much for the donation. Definitely appreciate it. What is your favorite Beyblade versus theme song? Mine's Turbo. Out of them, that's tough, honestly. I'd say Evolution or Turbo because they both like hit hard. I mean, obviously the nostalgia for the first season, and then like I personally just like the Evolution and Turbo's theme songs big time. GT's is pretty good, but those are probably my two favorites. Let's see here. Turbo got 31 million views. Dang, that's crazy. Let's see here. Bye, everyone. Stay safe and cool shooter. Let it rip. Yo, Frank, thanks so much for coming by, man. Definitely appreciate it. I bet the cool bays like Death Scyther, Kirbyus, or Excalibur would be in the random booster. That would be a nightmare. My hopes, personally, is that how they had two prize bays for random booster, 21? The one with Diabolos. If they did that, if they did that again, but it's two different bays, because that would be pretty wild. Like, say, like, one of them's Apocalypse, the other one is like Genesis, or it's like Excalibur or something. That would be perfect, because then you can put more characters in, and then it's a higher chance of getting a prize bay. And then also, main thing, I really want to see them put in like some parts that we haven't seen a bajillion of, because like Hell Salamanders in this booster, and it's like we've seen so many recolors of that, like some parts we haven't seen a ton of. Yeah, like even like a recolor for Chozi Achilles, we haven't gotten like too many of those. So, like a recolor of Chozi Achilles, even like just some sparking bays, like sparking combos, like a recolor of Wizard, like Wizard Longinus or something. Or just like Rage Fafnir, Rage Helios, like combos like that, recolors like that. Because just we've seen so many repeat parts, and it's like, in my opinion, Sparking should be a 2-part series, with season 5 bringing back half of the S-rank bladers, which are the ones that we've seen, and season 6 bringing back the other half. What do you think? That would be perfect, man. I would love that. I would absolutely love that if they did that, honestly, because then it would give other characters big time credibility and such. We get another season for Burst. Well, even if they make it like it's also Super King, but then another part of Super King, that would be sick. Would love that. Or they make it where it's like 100 episodes or something. That would be really awesome. Let's see here. They need to put actual good bays in the boosters. Yeah, they need to switch up some of the parts. Some of the parts are good, but some, like, they really need to switch. Hope we can get to 1,000K, but I want to get to 100K. We get to a mil. Dude, I'm just honored that there's 66,000 of you guys that even tune in and enjoy the videos. It's an absolute honor. Obviously, that's a dream goal, and we're just going to keep working towards it. I mean, I guess the goal is just try to get to 70K before the end of the year, But, yeah, man, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's just like just building up, man. And I'm just honored for everybody that's a part of the Kimbo Army, all you guys that watch and genuinely enjoy the reactions and stuff. It really, really helps me out and makes me feel a lot better with a lot of chaos happening with life, because obviously I know you guys have seen I haven't been uploading as much because I've been working a lot and I haven't even had time to, and it's been really exhausting. But seeing you guys' comments and uplifting comments and spirits and everything has really helped with this week. So I just want to say thank y'all very, very much, and I'm glad you guys have enjoyed the episode reaction. So, yeah, man. Bye, everyone. Have fun. See you later, Frank. Thanks for coming. You think this custom name I made up for an evolved version of Lucifer is good? Atrocious Lucifer? That sounds pretty sick. Lucifer Atrocious? Yeah, that'll be crazy, man. Like, let's see here. You're welcome, man. We should be thanking you for the amazing, consistent content. Sure, sometimes you're busy, but you heart all the comments. Yeah, I try my best to, so you guys know that I'm, that I'm still like seeing your guys' comments and everything, even if I'm busy. To know that every single one of your comments matters and such. Obviously, people trolling, but it happens. But what do you think about Helios from the Metal Masters movie? You mean character Helios, like that one Soul Blaze? I thought he was cool. I wish they would have developed on him more. They paid homage, like in the Japanese version, by having him like watch the battle with like the Nemesis Crisis. They showed Helios in that briefly, but they cut it out of the American version, and also the fact that they never dubbed that movie in English, which really bums me out, because we could have gotten Soul Blaze and also that movie on DVD and stuff. And yeah, it was honestly a pretty good movie, because Helios came in and just whooped Jenga, and then they had to go to like towards Atlantis to face the Orichalcum of Atlantis, and then fought on like this big ship or something, and then the guy that owned Poseidon was going crazy, so Jenga beat Helios, and then he started going crazy, and Kyoya beat him, and then and Poseidon was actually like a dark Aquario, but let's see here. You may be inconsistent sometimes, but you're a great Baytuber. I mean, considering I put out videos basically every day, and it's been like mainly like the last couple of weeks because I've been working so much that I've been able to, and there's 5.7K videos almost. It's a lot of content to go back and watch. So, sometimes I might not be able to put out videos every single day because I'm just working so much. I'm a human. I get tired. I want to sleep, and I want to relax too, because work can be a lot. But still got a ton of videos on here to watch in the meantime, and then more coming, obviously, over time. So, yeah. Let's see here. What is your favorite Bay in Rise? Let's see. My favorite Bay in Rise? I don't know. I'd probably say, like, that's definitely tough. I mean, I really... Arthur might have been a kind of crappy character. He sucked. Well, I just didn't like they made him a good evil, but like also he was just like a jerk. I did like Apocalypse a lot. That was a really cool bay. Like even the Mugen Lock system gimmick, just that ultimate level of attack. Thought Apocalypse was really cool. Honestly, Master Diabolos being really sick too. Um, Imperial Dragon's pretty sick too. So, yeah. What do you want the female Blader to look like if they release a season 6 or Sparking? Your design, your concept, that'd be awesome. I mean, literally, like, just thoughts were like Gwen being the female character at first, because literally you can imagine that. I don't know, like imagining like kind of a Suo look with hair over like half of it, and then like imagine you remove it, and then it's like instead of the marking, it's like a crazy design, and then like they have like whatever the name of their bay is, that being like in their eye, So say if their name's like Sasha or something, you see an S in the eye and then like a big symbol or such on this. Like how Arthur is like the face paint and stuff. Maybe something like that. So it's like normal on one side, but then like you move that and that's the true power or something. That's at least how I do it for like an evil character. So yeah. I'm bad at complimenting very bold. Oh, it's all good, Nathaniel. I totally understand what you mean, and I definitely appreciate it. You guys enjoy the content and such. Let's see here. I would imagine the female Blader's Bay would be Athena. Athena would be a good name for it. Let's see here. My new name for Lucifer, Minoboros, Lucifer. Well, there is Minoboros already, so I don't know if they've used that. What do you think, Kimbo? I think it's a cool name, though. Can you please make a better combo for Hyperion and Helios? I mean, Hyperion is already solid, honestly, stock-wise. If anything, it would be like Helios that would need like an upgrade combo. Which, for it, like just the shape of it, it's like more for attack, but also it honestly needs that like stamina with it. So I don't know. I mean, if anything, make it like a push attacker or something, put like extreme on it or something. But yeah, don't you think Delta was evil a little bit? Oh yeah, definitely at the beginning, like he definitely was just how Diabolos was. But then he had a change of heart once Diabolos shattered, and then he had to like, he had to repair it and come back and face Arthur. He definitely had like a loosening on his ego and everything, and definitely wasn't evil anymore. Which is why I'm like, why didn't they bring back Delta or Vi or Gwen? Because they all had that change. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'll answer a couple more questions and then I'll probably end it off here. So, yeah. Have you if I could talk, have you tried launching Hyperion or Helios in a Zero-G stadium? Tried it and it was a bit interesting. I actually haven't like tried launching a ton of burst bays. I've launched a few burst bays in like the Zero-G stadium with like my Zero-G homage battles that I did. Like burst versus Zero-G. I tried to do that because like the Zero-G bays being lighter. I'm like maybe they'll put up a good fight, but then they still kind of whoop the burst bays. Well, a lot of them did. Yeah. Stance on fake bays. Don't get them because they obviously have toxins and such in them. So. Be careful with that. Do have some in my collection, but obviously careful with them. So, my stance. Do you want to, let's see, what questions do you want to ask TV Tokyo about the 20-minute, wouldn't you wish it's like an hour? About the 20-minute episodes? I mean, they're developing the plot just fine with like the 11-minute episodes, so, yeah. Let's see here. Fake base shatter very easily. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they definitely do. And also just wet and stuff. So let's see. Gwen joined Inferno for some reason. Yeah, during GT, because I guess just wanting to face Drum, that being the main reason why, But now seeming like a good character, and plus, like in the manga, Gwen helped make Valkyrie, when I remember. So it's just like, why not have them in? Like I just want to see them put in this. It will literally be my favorite season of Burst if they put Vi, Gwen, and Delta in it. Even if it's not like all of them, which it should be all of them because they all deserve it and have credibility to come back. But yeah. Do you live in the U.S.? I do live in the U.S. Let's see here. I have Sword 2. Are you talking Pokemon? Yeah, I got Shield. If you're in Japan, do you watch anime on TV Tokyo? Yeah, like I think that's usually what people watch it on is TV Tokyo. What Bay do you hope wins? What Bay do you hope wins the campaign? Uh, well, the bays that obviously have been that haven't been broken, I don't think are going to be a part of that campaign. Um, I really want to see like literally Flag Winter down to like a new Genesis, a new Phoenix, a new Diabolos. Would love to see any of them get made. Like I know I say it a lot, but for real, like just the dream battles, even. You know, if they do have a God Bladers Cup type of tournament and such, imagine having Phi, Gwen, and Delta all in that. How much they switch it up, and all the dream battles we'd see with all three of them being in there, man. Like just the thought of it. I want to see Delta versus Shu. I want to see like Gwen take on like Free. You know, like just battles like that would be crazy to see, man. It'd be awesome. Like just think about the dream battles with them. Like be wild. How do I watch Sparking or Super King? Basically, like an anime website. You know, in my case, I watch it on Kick Ass Anime. That's what the site's called. You know, but also beware of like some of the ads. Kind of, yeah. But you know, do you think Genesis is strong? Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Big Bang Genesis, like how it is stock in the show, it's pretty strong. It's one of the strongest GT bays, stock wise. So yeah. Let's see here. Do you prefer watching the anime subbed or dubbed? Well, I mean, I love seeing it where like it's dubbed because then you know exactly what they're saying, but then even like subbed, you know, you can still get the gist of it. And plus, when they what's the best way of phrasing it? When they like translate it to English, they obviously cut out some of the things that they say. Like they'll be a little more lewd, like they'll say like "oh damn it," like kind of things like that, or like you know like hell or crazy things like that with the Japanese version, like you know. But then like they change it up in such the dialogue and such, you know, and they bring it over to the U.S. or such. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I guess both for different reasons. I hope we see a Phoenix or even Cleo and Deep Chaos. Yeah, I don't think we'll see Cleo, even though it'll be cool. But I don't think he'll be one of the ones that we really see come back. Um, let's see. We already have a Sparking Diabolus. I personally want a new Apocalypse. Oh yeah, for sure. I just want to see like because it just feels like Death and Abyss are crazy placeholders. Like even if they just have it where Delta shows up and he has like Death Diabolus with Generate on it and Abyss Diabolus with Generate on it, fine. I'll settle for that, you know. But not having him in it with how much they hyped him up, and plus he's Vault's pupil, that's crazy powerful and legit credible to come back. Same thing with Gwyn, same thing with Phi, like all three of them. I just feel like it would be a very, very wasted opportunity if they don't have them. But yeah, when will I stream again? Probably, you know, like next episode or anything. I don't really have time to like do a ton of streams now, you know, sadly, just because I'm working a lot. But, you know, there's going to be plenty of videos coming because I have a lot planned. So, yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to it. If someone made a Bay Dio from JoJo or Sans, would you laugh? I mean, probably I would. I'd be like, okay, memes, and then this Bay is going to get memed like crazy. So many characters were introduced in the Dual Layers Saga and God Saga that will most likely not get evolutions. Then again, we have creative community members and 3D printers. Yeah, very true. You know, it can make 3D customs, and if bays don't get evolutions, heck, people will make evolutions for them in real life. I mean, they already have. So, yeah. Imagine Sparking Apocalypse comes in again in the finals and destroys everything. Imagine it like I hope they're all one entity. You know what I mean? Like the whole Snake Pit, like Ashton Theodore, Eval from Dead Grand, Arthur from Hell, they become one entity, even if it's not like the pyramids or such. Which I mean would be the perfect spot because it's literally like pyramids in the jungle that nobody's gonna like find ever besides like certain bladers that know where it is. You know. And plus, the only ones at this point on the legends that would know where it is would be what? Vault, Shu. I don't know if Free actually knows where it is. Same thing with Louis. If they actually know where the snake pit is. Like Vault and Shu. Those are the only two I can really think of really knowing it out of all these legends. Rantaro. And maybe that being it. Like nobody else would really even know where the snake pit is. So if they were in the shadows doing that, like that would honestly be like the perfect setup for it. You know. Lean's cursed. Oh, probably. I was thinking like curse Lucifer for the game, for the name of it, but I'm like, nah, there's no way because curse Satan, you know. I see Apocalypse being a limit break system bay. Oh yeah, for sure. If they even keep the Mugen lock system on, they figure out how to do that, you know. Let's see here. What if for the next season it's like like build a bear and you can go to a machine and design a Beyblade or something? Most likely will never be a thing, but a cool idea. That is a cool idea. They just have a bunch of random parts. You know, like the crate. I like how they have the random layers, except it would be like, you know, random like chip or whatever, layer, disc or whatever for the system. That'd be kind of cool. But obviously, people, if they have a show, they'd want to just have bays based off the show. Who do you like more, Rantaro or Ranjiro? Like both of the brothers. I like both of the brothers for different reasons. But thus far with this season, Ranjiro's been the one that's seen the worst of it, for sure. Because like you know, his Ragnarok getting destroyed by Lucifer. Yes, Rantaro lost in the Legend Festival, but at least his bay didn't get shattered to pieces. And then he was basically called trash. Like, you know. And in number 2 at the end, Lean looked like he destroyed the world. Or Lane looked like, yeah. Like I saw Iga said, Aol. Please forgive me if you were offended. I didn't mean to be inappropriate. Oh, you're good, you know. But yeah, they don't keep it as PG in Japan. I hope someday we get normal sized automatic drivers and they could be voice command and the special moves could be real. I don't know if it would be like voice command or anything because that tech would be crazy expensive. Like it would be a cool concept, don't get me wrong, but it would be crazy expensive on how much they charge for it probably. If bays that were hard to get or too expensive to get would be re-released, will they be sold out too quickly or will the price drop? Maybe it'll make the price drop if they put out more parts for them, you know. But yeah, I'm just hoping like this next booster we see a lot of parts that we haven't seen like a ton of. You know, like no matter what it is, like even a recolor for like, imagine they put Imperial in, like they use Imperial and then something else. They find a way of using Imperial and then another Master. I think we only had 2 Masters put out. Well, they're kind of easy to get. I don't know if they make like a Big Bang Genesis. Like imagine they did a recolor for Prime Apocalypse because we've only got 1 of those. You know, just parts that we haven't seen a lot of. They really should put in boosters. But yeah, man. Anyways, guys, that's gonna end off this reaction. Obviously, really, really hype because next episode is Lane versus Shu coming even sooner than expected, and this is gonna be what leads into like literally the big build-up for the rest of the season. Is this battle right here? Like a lot's gonna happen. So, yeah. Anyways. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell on my channel name to get notified whenever I upload a video. Do you watch anime? I watch some anime. You know, I definitely gotta watch more. Just work so much. I can't even like game as much as I used to, which makes me really, really sad. I do want to get into like some more animes and such. I mean, when you guys look back at this and see like the comments and everything, put down some animes that you'd recommend because I honestly haven't seen like too many myself, and there's some I definitely want to watch. I mean, I like over the summer I got Avatar on DVD, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I see it's got to be an anime, and plus it's a gem because it's a gem. You know, enough said. But yeah, definitely want to watch more anime. So, you know, recommend me some in the comments of this. So yeah, guys, till next time, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Till then, stay awesome. And cool shoot. I'm up out of here.